Disney's Phineas and Ferb. Oh, Christmas tree! It was Christmas Eve, and Phineas and Ferb were waiting for the town celebration to begin. But the mayor had bad news. The annual lighting of the Christmas tree has been canceled. Our prize evergreen was destroyed in a freak accident, he said. Ferb, Phineas exclaimed, I know what we're going to do today. We're going to find the perfect tree. Phineas and Ferb's older sister, Candace, overheard her brother. I have to find out what Phineas is up to, she thought. Later on, Phineas and Ferb's friends stopped by. What you doing? Isabella asked Phineas. Building a souped-up, rocket-powered, all-terrain, evergreen-detecting super sleigh, Phineas told her. Soon the sleigh was ready, and the friends jumped inside. Everybody ready to go? Phineas asked. Hey, where's Perry? He asked, looking around. Meanwhile, Perry the Platypus, a.k.a. Agent P, was heading into his secret lair. It was time to find out his assignment for the day. Hello, Agent P, Major Monogram, Perry's superior officer said. Dr. Doofenshmirtz is behind the destruction of Danville's Christmas tree. You must find out what he's up to. Phineas and the gang were about to leave when Candace burst into the backyard. Not so fast, you two, she said, but Phineas couldn't hear her over the loud engine as they started to speed away. Candace lost her balance and fell into the snow tube attached to the sleigh. The group traveled up into the mountains in search of the perfect tree. The sleigh changed into a snowmobile to climb the steep hills. Candace was trailing behind them, unnoticed. Suddenly, the sleigh came to a screeching halt. Uh-oh, the trail is too narrow for the sleigh, Isabella said. We'll go on foot, Phineas told them. You sure it's safe to be out here all alone? Buford asked. We're not alone, Isabella replied. Phineas is here. Then, all of a sudden, a large, snarling Yeti jumped out. Buford stammered. That's abominable snowman, Buford corrected him. Ah! Everyone screamed. Meanwhile, at the top of the very same mountain, Dr. Doofenshmirtz was preparing his latest evil invention. Just then, Agent P sailed in on a hang glider. The doctor quickly trapped Perry in a cage. Behold, Dr. Doofenshmirtz cried, my snow hurlinator. I am going to use it to make a fool of my brother Roger, the mayor, by hurling a giant snowball onto the town square. Down the mountain, the Yeti was approaching. Phineas, what are we going to do? Isabella cried. Don't worry, Phineas said. He doesn't want to hurt us. Right, Ferb said in agreement. Yetis are vegetarians, and they rarely show aggression unless they feel threatened. Phineas turned to the Yeti. We only came for one special tree, and we brought seeds to plant in its place, he said. The Yeti smiled. Soon the group was playing together like old friends. They played freeze tag, made snow angels, and built snowmen. Candace, however, was not having any fun. She had run into icy rocks, prickly thorns and hissing raccoons. "I'll get you, Phineas," she muttered. It was time for Phineas and Ferb to get back to their mission. "Hey, Mr. Yeti," Phineas said, "where can we find a giant tree?" The Yeti pointed to a beautiful evergreen in the distance. "That's it," Phineas shouted. The Yeti yanked the giant tree from the ground. Isabella and Buford planted the seeds. "Danville's celebration is going to be saved," Phineas exclaimed. Atop the mountain, Dr. Doofenshmirtz was about to fire his snow hurlinator into the center of town. Just then, Perry broke free and leaped at the doctor. But Dr. Doofenshmirtz used his snow hurlinator to pummel the platypus with endless snowballs. "In 5 more seconds, Danville's celebration will be ruined," the doctor yelled. Time was running out. Perry grabbed a snowball and threw it at the snow hurlinator. It hit the controls just as the invention fired. Then a gigantic snowball flew through the sky and in the wrong direction. Further down the hill, Candace saw her brothers in the distance. "They are so busted," she said, heading towards them. Just then, the massive snowball landed behind Candace and rolled after her. The tumbling snowball picked up Candace as it rolled down the hill. It stopped near Phineas and the group, blocking their sleigh and their view of Candace. "Hop onto the tree, everyone," Phineas shouted. He waved to the Yeti. "Thanks for your help." At the last second, Candace jumped onto the tree trunk and held on for dear life. Whoosh! The friends slid down the snow-covered mountain, riding the giant tree like a mighty bobsled. As the tree sped into town, it picked up decorations and other things along the way. "We're almost there, everyone," Phineas yelled. "Hooray!" the gang cheered. Back in Danville, everyone was shocked to see a giant tree heading right for them. Whack! The tree hit the edge of the stage and tossed the gang safely out into the crowd. The townsfolk cheered. "Mom!" Candace screamed. "Did you see? Phineas and Ferb brought that big tree." But her mom's back was to the stage. "Candace, how could your brothers have ever moved a tree this big? I think maybe you've been out in the cold too long," she said. Back on the mountain, Dr. Doofenshmirtz turned to reload his invention, only to find that Perry had destroyed it. "Curse you, Perry the platypus!" he howled. His angry voice set off a huge avalanche that carried him away. Perry snowboarded towards the party in Danville. Christmas mission accomplished. The end. I hope you've enjoyed this story, Phineas and Ferb. Oh, Christmas tree. I just love Phineas and Ferb's inventions and how they get away with all sorts of things, even though Candace tries to catch them. Maybe, just maybe, one day she'll be able to prove to her mom what Phineas and Ferb are actually up to. Well, now I hope you'll come back for more stories. Bye, Grandma.